All right, we're going to start today off with a fortune. You can't read it. I can't see it on the video at all. But it says, you display the wonderful traits of Guinness. Oh, sorry guys. Genuineness. Yes, you're dark and stout and alcoholic. Oh, and courteousness. Genuineness and courteousness. And for those of you who know, my mother passed away in 2021, but for some reason she started saving fortunes from fortune cookies not long before she passed. She got a little collection, and I was one of the few things that I actually got to keep of hers, and I found them because they just ended up being in the midst of all of her hair tie stuff. So anyway, I use it whenever I do a fortune reading, because I feel like she's here helping me with me. And this one says, now is the time to try something new. So that's the message from Mom. I feel like those are things my mother actually would have said to me, even though she may not always have been the most genuine herself. She loved that I was. All right, so now we're going to move on to some cards. And just cause I feel like it. I'm going to start with this white, the one with all the cards deck, and see what comes out. Now that was fast. A very serious nougat deficiency. Someone's not getting their daily dose of candy. Loving kids the appropriate amount as allowed by law. Well, we either have someone here who loves their kids, or someone here who loves kids the wrong way. Joey had an imaginary friend. What was his name? Oh. So someone's got a wild imagination. And I don't know the answer to that question, for the record. forgiveness, balance, and courage. In that From One to One video that I posted recently, I mentioned how I was not molested by my father, but that if you had been, if that was your story, that my heart goes out to you. And I think this is that kind of story. So I'm going to stop and take a moment to, put a little disclaimer that this may be triggering to some people. But it is important to forgive those who have wronged you. And as I said before, we forgive not for them, but for ourselves. Because holding on to resentment, to pain, to victimhood is harmful to us. In order to achieve balance, we must have courage to forgive. That does not mean that you forget what was done in any way, that you ever have to associate yourself with that person ever again. But you can say, I understand that this person that did this awful thing to me is unwell in some way. And that it's not really for me to judge. That's God's job. So I'm going to give it to God and let God decide what happens. And I'm just going to stand in a place of forgiveness and move on, because that is my right given by God. We have the World Reverse and Page of Swords. So maybe somebody's world has been turned upside down because someone younger has spoken the truth. This may be, if this hasn't happened to you, it may have happened to, maybe if you have children, possibly your child, and maybe they've recently spoken out about it, or maybe this is you needing to speak up about what happened to you when you were a child. Because right now, the world is in reverse. In the upright, it means completion of cycles and situations, but it's not. It's reversed. Which means you have no closure, basically, about what happened, about the truth, about what happened when you were younger. I think this Knight of Cups is symbolic of an older man. Not a king of cups, but a knight, so someone more immature than a king. Someone who wooed you, or tried to, thought they did, inappropriately, an inappropriate relationship with an older man. Ace of Cups. You deserve to be loved. You are already loved. Even if maybe your parents didn't really love you or protect you growing up, you are loved by your ancestors, by God, by the divine. They love you. And you deserve to be loved. Maybe somehow, even through this experience, you have been able to maintain love for yourself and others, which is not a simple thing. You have to be very brave and courageous and balanced in order to do that. If you haven't already, please, I do encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to the video and to the channel. And also, if you're watching this and it resonates, then I urge you to go a few videos back and go to the video titled From 1 to 1 and watch that video as well, because I do believe that there would be some helpful information in there for you as well. Do this one first. The kiss in the darkness of, I'm looking at this as a moon, a crescent moon. So what was done in the darkness? A kiss and holding hands, a relationship in the darkness of someone, of a younger person with an older man. Your prayers have been heard. Your prayers, even when you thought you were alone in this situation, they heard your prayers. And they're being answered. Your prayers are being answered in this situation. Whatever it is that you prayed for, if you prayed for the truth to come out, if you prayed for justice, if you prayed for healing, if you prayed for it to end. And this, doesn't necessarily have to be a molestation reading. It could just be, maybe you were a teenager, right? And you entered into a voluntary type of relationship with an older man. That could also be this situation. And I'm picking up on that as well. So I think that this is part of that too. And yeah, look, I don't know if you can see it very well from here, but it almost looks like angel wings. And like that's like the head and the angel, and someone's reaching out to touch it. Someone's touching the angels. Your prayers. Your prayers touched the angels. Your prayers reached the angels. And they're answering your prayers to help you heal. And the 1, 2, 3, three-headed snake, the Trinity. And this is 25. You may be 25 years old. This may have happened to you 25 years ago. It may be irrelevant entirely, but here's another 1, 2, 3. So this is the 3, a 3, and a 3, 33. That is the number of Ascended Master, right? That's Ascended Master, 33. I also have another video about you having been in a previous life or are in maybe becoming in this one, or already are an Ascended Master. The angels are helping to raise you up, to help you heal. They're helping you to ascend in order to heal not only yourself, but the world. Because the whole world has been turned upside down by things like this. We have creativity, community, crystal vision. You are helping to create a community with crystalline vision. It's a term Starseeds, I think, use. It's a good thing. It's, you know, it's like being grounded, being rooted, being hardened in the best possible way, you know. Also like how pressure creates a diamond. You know, you've been through the fire, you've been tested, and you are helping to create a community of light, of love, of light, maybe in your immediate community, your own, you know, immediate vicinity, the people that you surround yourself with, but also maybe on a grander, wider scale. It may be that God wants you to be in some kind of leadership position in the community because of your creativity and the vision that you have on how to heal the world. You know, it's like God's saying, God and the angels are like, you know, they want you on their team kind of thing. So we have family and no respect. So it's like, I forget what the saying is at the moment, but it's like, you know, like to your to the place you grew up, you know. You'll always be the same person. And you have raised above whoever it is that you used to be, and you are now on your path of righteousness and godliness, and you have earned the right to be respected, and your family, your community, the ones that knew you when you were younger, they don't have that respect for you that you deserve, that you have earned, that God wants you to have. And so it may be that God is saying that it's time for you, if you haven't already, to start to create a new community for yourself, or to join a creative community with a positive action vision for the world, because that is more in alignment with who you truly are.